What is going on, folks? Cordero Simmons back, and today I am here at my brother's house, and I am going to be talking about the coffee table aquarium. This thing is a 40 breeder that I turned into a table just by putting some spacers on it, making sure I had a submersible filter. I used the Fluval U4 and what, a 3/8 thick glass. I haven't been over here in a while. It has kind of gotten out of hand. A few fish have died. My brother told me what the filter stopped actually pumping. I don't see any circulation on the filter right now.
Yes, the filter stopped pumping, and I noticed after that, shortly after that, fish died.
Wow. Okay. Plus, the entire configuration of his place has changed. So I have to literally go down, unplug all of this and revert the power cables underneath this rug, because you're supposed to see zero components as far as how this goes. I still got to get some zip ties and wire ties because it's been an ongoing project. I don't live here. I only maintenance this thing when I come here. Therefore, I need to get on it. Let's do it. Okay, so I didn't really talk much in the video explaining the table or breaking things down. I had a lot of background noise and a lot of side conversations going on. So I just decided to bring you guys up here to my room, talk it over, give you guys the visuals, overlay that, and we'll be good to go. So starting from the bottom up, this tank actually sits on a plywood cutout. I believe it's what, 1.25 or inch thick piece of plywood with 4x4s cut out on 3 sides to give it a little bit more height, get it off the ground and allow you to actually slide your power source underneath the entire tank. You slit a rug, you just cut a slit into the rug, and that is what your power source will go underneath. And the idea is to disguise it completely, and hopefully you have a couch nearby, and that goes underneath the rug, underneath the couch, into the wall. Boom, there you go. We really don't see much of the power source. It's a 40 breeder. Going up, what you have, I have my Fluval U4. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, the Fluval U4 is my filter. Of course, I have a basic heater inside, one that's adequate enough for the tank. You have your aeration. I pretty much buried the line because I wanted surface agitation on the complete opposite side of the tank. I didn't want heat, filtration, and aeration all in the same spot because, by me having to disguise the heater, I had to, place that horizontally right underneath the filter. So, I got to work things out. I don't want everything in the same spot, like I said. So I buried the air line, put it on the complete opposite side of the tank, and we have that. As far as how this glass actually sits on the table, I use rubber spacers that I cut out from a airline. Yeah, it's like a hard rubber airline, and I just measured them out. I cut them to size. As far as like absorbing shock, if that's how you want to put it, they do well. But my biggest hassle with these things is, sealing them to the tank. Trying to find a good, cohesive, adherent, I don't know what you want to call it, the best super glue in the world. I tried Gorilla Glue, I tried Crazy Glue, I tried everything except for, what's that stuff called? JB Weld. Probably going to try that next if, it doesn't work out. Because my idea, I want to get some 3D printed pieces made so they kind of conform to the frame of the tank perfectly, and they have these little legs that you get those little rubber things that the glass sits on, and it's perfect. One of the things that I would say it's an issue that we ran into just with having, human error, people bump tables and the tabletop would shift, and by me saying that glue, none of the glues worked, the stilts or the spacers would always shift if someone bumped it a little too hard. They would break that seal, the super glue would break off. The stilts will all go sideways. The glass is now completely on the rim. I got to come back, redo it. And it's now to the point where I just kind of have it, you know, floating right on them because I don't even want to glue it back. There's so much glue building up, and I have to sit here and get a razor blade, sand it down, and, you know, try to redo it. So it's just there. I'm trying to find another substitution for that for now. But on the other hand, I have 2 of these tables already up and running. My neighbor has one, my brother has the other, as you can clearly see. That's the one I'm talking about mostly in the video. My neighbor, however, has the glowfish in his tank. Oh man. Okay, we just had like a power surge. Sorry about that. I completely forgot. I was running my light off battery, not power, direct power into the wall, so it died on me. But anyway, my neighbor, he has glowfish in his tank because he told me specifically he is obsessed with blue. I have some video footage where he has like the blue lights under his couch. He has blue lights illuminating like the cup holders and whatnot. So he was like, oh man, I want my tank to be blue. So, you know, I mentioned the glowfish. He loves it. I think he even added some more. With everything going on in the world, I haven't been out servicing tanks like I usually do. We all know we're supposed to be like keeping away from each other, social distancing and whatnot. So a lot of people's tanks have fallen behind on, you know, just simple upkeep. It's even, you know, this one here, this is my brother, and, you know, I haven't even really been over here like that to take care of his tank. So, you know, things take time, and that's what I'm doing. I definitely say that, you know, the aquarium coffee table, it's something I had always thought of or wanted, or I, you know, thought about doing or making. I just had to search for concepts, look at other people's YouTube videos, and really get something down packed that I know I could do. And even though it's like, it's here, it's nice, but I'm still tweaking certain things, just like the glass not being stable or the spacers in between the glass, because I didn't want to put a hole in the top of my, you know, tabletop, because it's a tabletop. People put their phones there, people set small objects there, and who wants to go fishing like every other day? So that wasn't an option for me. There's about maybe an inch and a half of space between the actual rim of the tank and the actual glass itself. That way you can pinch your fish food and drop it over in there in between the crack. So that's sufficient. What else? The lights are completely submersible. I got those off of Amazon, as well as everything else pretty much. I wish they had the actual length of the tank, but I just got the closest size I could to match the dimensions of the tank and tried to position them perfectly so the light cast evenly, try to keep all my plants center and off the edge, because I didn't want a super bright box. However, I did want to keep plants in the tank. So, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. I had a baby sword in here at one point, and then it just grew entirely too big for the tank. So that is actually going to my cousin's tank, and we'll be showing his tank on my channel very soon. Still got to finish up a few things on his tank and get some fish in there, and yeah, get a little sneak peek of that. But nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have comments, questions, leave them down in the comment box below. Please like this video, subscribe. Hey, and as always, peace.